Hi, I'm Melissa Adler, and I'm going to be teaching a course on the history and foundations of information science. In this class, we're going to come to understand that we are currently living in a particular version of an information society. Some call it a network society, or post-industrial society, or an information society. But really, this isn't the first or only information age. To explain what I mean, I'll take the example of metadata. Metadata became a household word almost overnight, fairly recently, mainly because people like Edward Snowden revealed to the public that the government and corporations are using data about us. But this concept of data about people or texts or websites or phone use is really quite old. It's all tied to a need to organize information so that we can use it, exploit it, refute it, or share it. And we've been doing all of those things for centuries. Similarly, the idea of information overload seems unique to our time with the billions of sites and resources out there. But again, people were totally overwhelmed by information overload centuries ago. Just like some people ask if Google is making us stupid, people feared that an overabundance of printing materials due to the printing press would lead to a deterioration in reading habits or an inability to find the best materials. So techniques to control huge amounts of information for access were developed, many of which we still use today. Indeed, many of the principles and theories that we use to develop and deploy information and communication technologies have been revised over time. We're going to tie these threads together and talk about how technologies and techniques have been developed in response to information needs. We'll see that the ways in which we deal with information are deeply tied to possibilities and constraints of society, and how technologies take shape and also participate in political and social contexts. We're going to ask questions like, what is information? And what does it mean to know? And we'll discover that these are some of the most difficult and thorny and important questions. We'll talk about how theories and principles that undergird technology design and use are all responses to information needs, which can at times be simultaneously universal and incredibly diverse. We want to understand how information in oral, print, and digital forms has been tied to democracy, social justice, capitalism, and social control. If you want to understand why we do the things we do in our information age, then you'll want to take this class.